My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. There's been an update since the Ascension update that I just ran over in the last 4 episodes. And it goes as follows. The Elixir Potion has been removed from the game. I am really glad to see this. Because the Elixir Potion just gets stuck in a lot of my decks because I tend to take care of curses at the time. And on top of that, when it is super useful, it's still a huge opportunity cost in not being able to hold a different potion, and also in not being able to actually have a full hand because you do have to draw the curse or the status before you can burn it. I don't know if they're removing it because they're trying to think rather, TH, of a different way to incorporate that mechanic into the game. That's what I'm hoping. If they're just removing it and just completely removing it, nothing else is happening, then maybe it's a little sad. But as it currently stands, I believe that it's being changed rather than just completely removed. Or rather, it has been completely removed here to be incorporated in a different fashion in the future. However, content, adding new Ancient Potion. My understanding of the Ancient Potion is that it gives you a charge or 2 of artifact. This is whenever anyone puts an effect on you that is weakness, confusion. Sneko's confusion counts as this. Constriction from the enemy in the third level of the Spire. Third floor of the Spire, rather. I can't exactly remember its name off the top of my head right now. What other ones? I mean, lowering your strength, daze, hex, all of these kinds of things. They will just take in charge of artifact away from you. That's interesting because there are some enemies that have no effect on you whatsoever. And there's some enemies that have a ridiculous, consistent, every single turn they apply another effect to you. So I don't know how useful it'll be. I have to imagine this is going to be something I play with over the course of the game to try and figure out its value. There is a colorless card called Panacea that used to, when you would cast it, it would remove all weakness, frailty, and vulnerability from your character. However, it had recently been updated, I think actually just a couple patches ago, to be apply 1 artifact, and the upgraded version of it is applied 2 artifacts. Both of them are exhaust. So there is already a way in the game to get artifacting onto a character, and I played with it once. It was super useful in one circumstance, and every other time it was useless. So I guess I'm just gonna have more opportunities to play with artifacting and see exactly how it fits into my builds. Speaking of, let's go. Ascension mode level 2, Ironclad. All right, Exordium. Oh, also, by the way, there's updated animations for a bunch of different characters. I didn't really run over those because I just want to experience them as we go through. Upgrade a card. Ooh. Yeah, it's definitely upgrade a card. Now, usually I remove Bash from my decks just because it's more expensive than it's worth. And I don't really want to have it. But the thing is, I do definitely remove all of my strikes and all of my defense eventually from my deck. I could upgrade a defend here and find a way to justify it. But I think, especially considering the extra elites, upgrading a Bash is going to be particularly good. Okay. So I can see 1 good path so far. And it's only got 3 actual enemy encounters, 4 enemy encounters, 1, 2, following this path up here, 3, and then 4 or 4. Are there any paths with fewer? This one has 5, and it only has 1 elite, so I don't want that path. It looks like 2 elites is actually the maximum that I can hit here, because these are mutually exclusive, and all of these are mutually exclusive. So yeah, I can only get 2 in a single pathing. That's actually kind of fine. I usually want to go for more elites, obviously, but I'll live. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3. There actually is a better path. It deprives me of an extra rest early. Like this rest I don't get. It's hugging over here. I'm trading a rest for a shop. And I guess I also get an extra question mark. Okay. Sure, I'll do that. It's actually really important to do that because the shop in this path is late, which is super handy. Man, I need to get a new mouse pad. This one actually just does not work. It inhibits my movement in some directions and not in others, which is just so frustrating. It's like having mouse acceleration, but it's forced. All right, 2 strikes is the kill. Beautiful. I could have done it with 3 if I didn't have the vulnerability. I'm gonna take the Thunderclap. Give myself just a wee bit of AoE. Yeah, look. It's the enemies that I might want some AoE against. Yeah, I have to just Thunderclap double defend here. Do I double defend? Because I could double strike and kill one of them. I could even kill the more healthy one. I mean, if I double defend, I'm accepting... What am I doing if I double defend? I'm accepting 4 damage right now, but I'm leaving both of them on the field. If they both go for an attack in that following turn afterwards, there's no way that I can kill one of them and keep myself defended. So if I kill one of them, I'm accepting 7 damage here, but I'm going to heal 6 up. But I'm also guaranteeing that I will be able to kill this one in the next turn. See, if they both decided to attack that turn, I had only 1 defend left in my deck. So I would have had to kill one and try and over-defend against another one. But if it was a 7 attack, then I would have had a defense. Well, I mean, if it was another 7 attack, I would have taken another 2 damage over the flow of the 4 damage that I'd taken prior, and then I would heal that up at the end. No, it probably would have been correct to actually do the double defend on that first turn. It would have saved me 1 HP. I love Entrench, but I don't have a deck that supports it yet. Yeah. Considering how many elites I'm going for, I'm going to need to start picking up some early defensive cards, so totally. I'm going to take the 20 damage because the curse is just... I can't do that to myself, and the losing of that max HP... It's actually going to be really, really harmful in the following floors. If I didn't have the fire potion, I might have made a different decision there. Alright, that's Orichalcum. That's unfortunate, because I'm trying to put defensive cards in my deck, and Orichalcum don't really go in a defensive deck. If I did a defense there, I only would have gotten fire block. By not defending and just allowing Orichalcum to defend me, I got more. I got 6. So I've got to remind myself, if I'm only going to be playing a single defense, don't play it. It's definitely Whirlwind. That's now all of my AoE taken care of. Like, 2 AoE cards should be more than enough for me. Oh, this is really good. 4 charges of vulnerability on our opponent. Unfortunately, my next hand is very likely going to be stacked with defenses. Thankfully, against this enemy in particular, Orichalcum's one of the best relics that you can have. Because you never really want to play a defense. Well, I mean, okay, that's not strictly true. It's not that you never really want to play a defense card against the Gremlin Nob. You just need to calculate it out. Like, is this going to hurt me more than it helps me over the course of this fight? So I took 6 damage over the course of this fight. That is an amazing Gremlin Nob fight. We were extremely lucky that this guy decided only to attack with the Skull Bash attack rather than actually doing a big hit. I think I put Whirlwind on my opening hands. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, I have been corrected, by the way. Carnage goes up to 26 rather than 18. I always thought Carnage upgraded for less damage because the Ghostly Armor, which is 1 energy, ethereal, gain 10 block, it upgrades to gain 13 block, which is not significantly more. Whereas Carnage, I guess, being an extra energy, has the ability to upgrade for a lot more. But still... I'm not sure I want to take Carnage. Not in this deck. Limit Break is interesting, because if I could get any source of strength in my deck, then I already have a deck that's really good with strength. We've got Whirlwind, we've got Thunderclap. So this would be another instance of me taking something that isn't yet paid off in our deck, but it is a strong win condition, especially if I can keep like a relatively thin deck. We'll upgrade Whirlwind here, because it means that, like, slime fights, they're just completely trivial for us now. Even this fight isn't that bad. No! Wrong option! I'm so fucking dumb! Never talk to me ever. Never talk to me or my son ever again. Well, shit. I mean, I could go for an extra rest. I don't need the rest as much as I need the ability to remove this parasite from my deck. I can't fucking believe I did that. The first turn, I actually probably would have, what, 24 against the 3 smaller versions of the Fungi Beast. Probably would have killed all of them in the first turn. So that's sad. I mean, it's definitely Whirlwind here. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. That's a big misplay on my part. Alright. I'm so... Alright, Ryan. Don't let it tilt you. Interestingly, Flex can actually be played with Limit Break, because I believe Flex just says... Yeah, gain 2 strength at the end of your turn, lose 2 strength. So if I gain 2 strength and then I double that 2 strength so that I have 4, I still, at the end of my turn, lose 2 strength. So I still get some strength out of it. But I'll take Disarm, because Disarm is, again, another really, really good trivializing card. It just prevents things, certain enemies from doing anything ever. I mean, like, a double block here gets me no closer to a kill, and it still accepts 6 damage. Whereas not blocking still protects me for 6. So I think it's correct here to actually just go all out aggressive. Oh, they did get a new animation. Beautiful. Oh, now I see it all. All right, Fungi Beast. I love it. I love it. I like it, love it, and want more of it. There's the Ancient Potion, and it is gain 1 artifact. With those options, I'm not going to take any. There are so many good options in this, but because I fucked up before. Ugh. Master of Strategy is so good. I can't. I have to take the Master of Strategy. It's too good to turn down. Shrug It Off is also really good. I'll take a single copy of that. It's not really card draw that I want for at the moment. Who's my boss at the end of this floor? If it's Hexa, it is Hexa. Okay, cool. Then our first upgrade is actually going to be Disarm, because that's definitely going to be something that we want, and we've got an Elite immediately up. I mean, Disarm is okay against Luggerville. It's not bad. That's a really unfortunate hand. Hopefully my next hand has both that bash and the strike. I mean, now it definitely has to. Alright. So we'll be able to keep the vulnerability up, and our enemy is only going to be dealing 15 a turn, and we're auto-blocking 6. So we should be able to get out of this relatively unscathed. I can't believe I took that parasite. I'm so mad at myself. I'm actually going to burn the Limit Break because I don't want to draw it again. Using the defense, again, would defend me for 1 less block than just letting Orichalcum take its place. Let me just quickly do this. Golden Idol, enemies drop 25% more gold. Orichalcum, if you end your turn without block, gain 6 block. So you can play a block card, but you need to have no block at the end of the turn. So, like, you can play a block card, attack an enemy that has thorns, lose the block, and then gain the Orichalcum block at the end of the turn, which is actually a nice little thing you get to do. Bottled Flame, at the start of your combat, put a certain card that you've chosen in your hand. Specifically, Bottled Flame is an attack There's also Bottled Tornado, and that's put a power into your hand at the start. It basically makes it innate, which is starts in your opening hand. And there's Bottled Lightning, which is put a skill in your opening hand. And Ornamental Fan, whenever you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. And yeah. I was wondering if we were just going to be short there. I still can't believe that I screwed up and did that Parasite. I'm so mad. Oh, yes! This is exactly what we wanted. Paper Frog. Enemies with Vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 25%. And the reason that's so good is because I have 2 sources of vulnerability in my deck, and one of them's already upgraded. It's too late to start a Searing Blow build, I think. We'll take Seeing Red, though, because we have a bunch of card draw. And I'll upgrade it as well. I just want it in the same hand as Master, and then I just get to play everything. Okay. If I can find any other way to increase my strength, like Vajra or Gurya, these are both relics that increase your strength in some way. Oh, no! 3 attacks actually triggered Ornamental Fan. Now I'm going to get 4 blocks, so the Orichalcum won't trigger. Damn it. If I could have used something like Vajra, or rather get a relic like Vajra or Gurya and increase my strength at the very start, then Limit Break will have an ability to activate, and then on top of that, we will have a ridiculous opening Whirlwind. So that's the kind of world we're looking to go into. Unfortunately, Disarmer's just a little late here. Okay. Well, I mean, this hand is definitely going to be like Thunderclap Bash. Yeah. That's actually kind of good. I drew cards that I definitely don't want in the next hand. Oh boy. Especially, oh my god. If we can get Bag of Marbles, the relic that means that at the start of the fight, all of your enemies begin... Oh, wow. Freaking hell. The enemy that means at the start of each fight, all of your enemies get 1 vulnerability. Their vulnerability is going to be more effective, courtesy of Paper Frog, and then I get to blow them all up using the Whirlwind. That would be ridiculous. My enemy was already vulnerable, so it didn't matter if I did Bash, then Strike, or Strike, then Bash. Yeah. Here it is going to be a little bit of race to the end, because if my opponent actually gets to this turn and rolls high, thankfully they didn't, they rolled low, we could have been in a real bad sitch there. But thankfully we weren't. Whew. Okay. Double strike for the kill. Easy. Yeah, I was worried I would get Demon Form here, because Demon Form is now definitely the correct option, but I didn't want to make this into a Demon Form deck. Considering how expensive my cards are, like what? I play this and this, I end up with 5 energy. No, 6 energy. And I've already played 2 cards. I'm trying to justify taking Velvet Choker. I think I can actually totally justify taking Velvet Choker here. Can I? I definitely can't justify taking Ectoplasm because I do need to remove some more stuff from my deck, and also I have Golden Idol, so I'm getting a lot of gold. Yep. I especially want the extra energy because I have Whirlwind in the deck. It's just going to make Whirlwind so much more effective. Okay. Okay, exclusive bosses. Nothing on this path, so I don't take that path. Ooh, second and third. And I've got an easy dodge, or I can go for an extra rest after. Yeah, these only have 2. All right, it starts here. Probably tracks up. Tracks on the outside, and then I decide my path at the very end. Beautiful. Unfortunately, Disarm won't do anything to this opponent because it has 3 stacks of barricade on it already. So it's going to be real difficult to get over that. I kind of want a Demon Form Thunderclap. So I'm going to. So here I'll take 5 damage. But Demon Form's already active, which means basically my opponent's time is limited. This is what I'm worried about. Hands like this. This is the only kind of hand where we might have some problems concerning the Velvet Choker. That said, playing 2 defense this turn is the same as playing 0 defense this turn because of the Orichalcum, so I'm just going to be playing Limit Break and Double Strike. That's a lot of damage, unfortunately. Triple Strike should kill, but it does. Beautiful. Sorry, there's some renovations going on outside. All right. I actually really want that block potion because my Orichalcum's not going to cut it for my block for a while. On this floor, the Snecko hitting me with a artifacting, with a daze, isn't that bad, actually. And Champ is the final one at the end. All right, I'm going to drop the Ancient Potion because it's not actually useful for me in this specific situation right now. And I don't think there's an enemy soon that it will be useful against. All right, spin the wheel. You have no option not to spin the wheel, so you can't just go, oh no, I'm about to take another curse in my deck. Now I desperately want Duvu Doll. Because if I get Duvu Doll, then I'm fine with these curses. So damn fine with these curses. Everyone go to the ground. Now they should do 3 damage each, but they might do a little more because of the Ascension mode. No, they don't. Beautiful. You're the healthiest one, so I'm going to drop your strength. Unfortunately, with no upgraded strikes in my deck, I'm still going to take a couple turns to kill these now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, pretty much any hit next turn will kill. Beautiful. Hey, got him. Really glad that fight did nothing to me. I can't put another Seeing Red in my deck is a problem. If I put another Seeing Red in my deck, I will start to trigger the Velvet Choker. I'm going to take a Shrug It Off as another source of just a little bit of card draw. Ooh, I really want that Apotheosis. Apotheosis is insane. Yeah, I have to. I have to. It's too good of a card. It got nerfed and it's still one of the most ridiculous cards in the game. Was that a Pommel Strike there? It is. I want that too. Alright. Alright. Whirlwind will never be affected by your negative effect thing. So I'm actually just going to set myself up for later. Ooh, you got new animations. That was a perplexing glare animation. I love it. Right, 1. I'll double my strength. I know I just exhausted it, but look, I don't want to draw through my entire deck again just to get back to that. Okay, 22. Yikes. Give me... Ooh, that's only a shrug it off. Shrug it off. Unfortunately, now the most block I can get is with the entrench. Have I done any attacks this turn? No, I've done 0. I'm gonna see red here for only a single strike. Unfortunately, you can see exactly what the Velvet Choker is already doing just a little bit to me. Beautiful. Regen potion is more important than energy potion, because energy potion a lot of the time is going to, again, trigger the Velvet. Energy potion does have a little bit of bonus in that I can use it and then just whirlwind, but the regen potion is also quite big for me. Putting one heavy blade in my deck is just really nice, considering I've got strength build in my deck already. Give me mana manipulation. Mm-hmm. So blow you up. Oh, cool. Orichalcum's actually triggering before the decay. I believe that used to not trigger in that order. Mm-hmm. All right. We had to accept a little bit of damage in the opener there, but against the Taskmasters, I'm more than fine with that. Just a little bit of damage in the opener, that's an insanely successful Taskmaster fight, if you ask me. And... like, triple strike isn't enough. Ah! Yep, pommel strike, double strike will do it. Beautiful. War paint. Upgraded limit break. That's quite nice. See, disarm gets worse the more of them you put in your deck, but it does exhaust itself, so... Apotheosis has to be our first upgrade, as it pretty much always should be. Ah! Really wish I had the ability to pick up that relic there. There's Tori. That's pretty good. I mean, we've got the perfect opener here. Well, I mean, Pommel Strike will actually deal more damage. So we'll do that. Mm-hmm. Currently, the block potion actually only blocks for 6. Because I was going to have 6 block from the Orichalcum if I didn't use the block potion, or 12 block if I did use the block potion. Here, it is actually entirely essential that I start getting the demon form active. Because at a certain point, it is going to be entirely lethal. Well, this blows. All right, we only need to use 1 disarm here, and now you only deal 3 damage because Tori is splitting your damage. But still, ouch. All right. Apotheosis. Strike there. Heavy blade there. And this fight's over. Because now we should be within the realm of being able to kill these with pretty much anything that we draw. Like so. Got 'em, boys! Here's your self buff to try and take your problems off. But let me just immediately apply that again. That's exactly what I was hoping that I was going to draw the disarm there. 22 becomes 33. 33 plus 22 is 55. I'm just short of killing the Gremlin leader. I'll do that because I'm looking to draw pretty much any AoE. I knew there were 2 AoE cards left in my deck, the Whirlwind and the Thump. Bag of Preparation's really good. None of those are, though. I can have a shop in a little bit. I don't want colorless cards in this deck. Okay. Thunderclap. Whirlwind. Beautiful! I'm afraid that I used my regen potion way too early there. I thought I was going to be in that fight for, you know, more time. Sadly, I had a really, really good draw. We'll upgrade Demon Form because Demon Form has to be upgraded. I mean, in a lot of fights, Demon Form has to be played as soon as it's gotten. Oh god, there's so many good choices here. How many exhaust cards do I even have in my deck, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I haven't got consistent exhaust, so Sharon's Ashes is probably not my pickup. Sadistic Nature is okay, but it's probably not better than removing a card from my deck and getting an Mercury's Hourglass. It's probably True Grit, Mercury's Hourglass, and card removal. See, Mercury's Hourglass is like a Sharon's Ashes that's triggering every turn, whereas I'm not going to exhaust a card every turn. And Decay, because Decay is actually having an active negative effect on my deck at the moment. Or rather on my hands. Especially since I already have most of my key strategic cards upgraded already. Like, I'd love to upgrade True Grit here, but I am about to go up against the champ, so I'm gonna rest. That's right! Rhapsody learned that you can rest at camps! Boom! If I also still lose here, I tried. Please, I tried. Okay. Now. We definitely True Grit. It's just whether or not I shrug off first. I shrug it off. Yeah. Cool. I did want one of the strikes to be burned. Because later on, this guy's going to do some pretty big attacks, and I would like to actually have the defense against those. Thankfully, this guy has no artifacting. I mean, playing the defense, not playing the defense is exactly the same. Thank you, Orichalcum. This guy does purge himself, but the thing is, I'm gonna have vulnerability stacked up on you, and so I'm gonna have vulnerability stacked on the enemy, as well as ridiculously high strength. So I don't care about your purged form. After you get the champ below half HP, he does like a certain self buff where he purges everything that you've done to him and gives himself metallicize, but he won't purge my attack, and I will then just be able to dunk on him. So I'm not going to save the disarm until after that. But I do know that I'm definitely thunderclapping and pole striking this turn. Yeah, and then it's just disarm strike. There's the limit break again. We'll do all of our draws first. That's not his self... That's not the self buff that I'm talking about. It is one of his self buffs, though. Alright. There's the defensive stance. This is the buff I'm talking about. So this is the final, like, kind of free realm for damage. So after this, he is going to have purged my strength and the vulnerability on him. Not my strength, sorry, my strength debuff on him, as well as the vulnerability. And here's the giant attack that I was worried about. And yeah, pretty much any draw for me kills at this point. Just because of 36 strength on a character is really hard to overwhelm. No, none of those actually appeal to me. I'm never going to get a turn where I really can afford to play Barricade. Juggernaut, yes, but it does cost 2 energy as well. For 3 damage to a random enemy, probably once a turn, if that. And Demon Form, I don't want a second Demon Form in my deck. Like, I don't need to grow at a faster rate, and also it's cumbersome to play my first Demon Form. I actually don't want any of those. More curses? I could do that. I mean, I do want the extra energy. Yeah, I have a True Grit in my deck. I'm going to take the Cursed Key, especially because I'm very likely to only get 1 more curse over the course of this. Oh, that's a lot of questions. Oh, that's a lot of questions, and then a rest, and then a boss. Okay, that's, like, definitely my opener. Don't do an attack, don't do an attack, don't do an attack. Flame Bruiser's not doing an attack. Pommel Strike. We Pommel Strike because the Pommel Strike on an individual target does 9 damage. If you're hitting 2 targets at the same time with Whirlwind, you're doing 16. But I know that this guy in the back is going to die with only 2 triggers of Whirlwind. So the Pommel Strike against the Flame Bruiser just increases the amount of damage I do to this Flame Bruiser by 1. Oh shit, I actually do get to play all of these. Forgot that I just picked up extra energy. Right. Definitely Apotheosis. I'll actually just double defend through the Fire Roar's damage. I'm also actually going to spend the Seeing Red there because I don't need it. I don't want to redraw it. Yeah. Master of Strategy. Okay. We'll disarm you. Double strike here. True Grit, the defend, and then entrench. I really wish I could have played my Demon Form that turn, but it just wouldn't have worked out. Okay. All of that was fairly straightforward. And then pretty much anything I do this turn should be fine. Just kill the Flame Bruiser. Yeah. Easy done. No. I mean, like, Sentinel, I would have to draw in exactly the same hand as 1 True Grit, which is just not likely enough to take. Also, I don't even want more mana manipulation in this deck, outside of in a hand that also has Whirlwind. So what's the likelihood in a 27-card deck at that point that I would have Whirlwind, Sentinel, and True Grit? I don't think it's that likely. If you're wondering why not transform the curse, it's because it'll only transform into another curse. I still might do it, but it will transform and I'll lose 3 max HP. If transformed or removed from your deck, lose 3 max HP. Then I still have a curse to remove from my deck. So I actually might just do it with a strike. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that becoming another Thunderclap is totally fine by me. Lose a strike, sure. It's kind of clearly what I've been trying to do. Well, I guess I'm not going to this space anymore. Picking up the red mask is actually really helpful for me because it will help trigger the artifacting on my opponents and prevent that from being a problem. I really want the relic. Good. It's not a good relic, but at least I didn't get normality. We'll upgrade our draw cards first. so that we can draw deeper to try and get to Apotheosis and Demon Form. I'm actually going to dodge the second elite. I might dodge the first elite. Like, I could go 3 elites if I went down this path, but I can also get 3 question marks, or I can choose a rest. It's just, I'm worried about how I would deal with Nemesis. Good. Okay, this isn't Nemesis. I'm not going to take another elite after this, though. I just think that would be really dumb of me. Hey, I actually did find a way to burn out the True Grit. But yes, the red mask is going to help me tick down the artifacting of my enemies so that then I can focus on hitting them with my... Play as many things as possible before using the strike, so that then I can focus on hitting them with my own vulnerability from my bashes and my thunderclaps and etc. Slight apology, but it is a very hot day. I'm gonna have to open the window again. It makes me sad too, don't worry. I should play a defend here. Completely protect myself, because there are going to be hits from this character later that I won't be able to protect myself against. So I may as well leave the damage for then, rather than start taking it now. Although I really want to bash Heavy Blade here. Let's bash Pommel Strike. And True Grit at defense. At least now I've got some vulnerability applied. So a 25 card deck has become a 18 card deck because of the powers that I played and, you know, all that jazz. I should have done my attacks last. Yeah. It should have been that, and then. Beautiful. The other strike also being applied at this point would have been preferable. I mean, limit break, that makes this 30. 30 means 38 per whirlwind. 38 per whirlwind. 38 per whirlwind with vulnerability becomes... 38 is 19, so it's 57. And that's 57 for 4. It's not even 57. Way more than 57. Was that from the slow charge? Just the... Blue candle! Hell yeah! Brutality's actually not that bad here either, is it? Is it? No, I do want more card draw. And my HP loss isn't that big. Okay. Yeah, fight for the relic here is fine. Unfortunately, Thorns on this Spiker means that playing the Whirlwind on the first turn is probably not a good idea. But shit, dude, it might be. 7 times 8 is... 4 times 7 is 28. So that doubles 56. So I would take 1 fewer than 7. So I would take 6 times 4, 24 damage from the Spiker, and I would take 8 damage from the Exploder. That's too much. That is actually just way too much. Okay, I like that Velvet Choker no longer stops you from playing the Curse Candles. I think if I played it earlier, it might have ticketed up the Curse Candle, though. The Velvet Choker. Shrug it off, defend, limit break. Yeah. Defend, entrench, we'll limit break, then we'll thunderclap. Unfortunately, with my entrench behind me, my most offensive turns are gone, and the Orb Walk has a different attack animation! Fuck yes! Oh, it opens his face and attacks you. I love it. As well. I should just disarm each of them. But yeah, now I am going to start accepting some damage here, unfortunately. Limit break, and then... Hell yeah! We actually managed to do that without losing any HP! Beautiful. Now I actually want more rests, because I want the shovel charges. Lantern is really good because the opening turn is when I play my Whirlwind. Thanks for the dream catcher, bud. It'd be real helpful. Yikes. Here, I think I actually significantly benefit from shortening this fight. Beautiful. Alright, let's dig up another relic. Runic Dodecahedron, my opening turn, again, has full HP, so I'm going to trigger that. I don't need the money for anything unless, like, this happens to be a shop. If this happens to be a shop, I'm going to be so sad about it. Nope. Shimmer. Oh! Remove all curses from my deck. Fuck yeah! Is it my birthday? And now Ancient Tea Set. Wow. Well, this opening Whirlwind is actually going to kill everything. So that's fun. We do have to Apotheosis because it's important to have that active. And we'll Thunderclap. And then Whirlwind. This is good. Oh, I also should have drank my Strength Potion before doing that. I would have done... What, there were 5 charges of Whirlwind, 2 Strength per Whirlwind, and there was Vulnerability as well, so it would have been 15 more damage on the Awakened one. Which is worth doing, obviously. Unfortunately, Demon Form is a card that I just have to play. I don't really have that much of an option in that one. It's actually 2 cards I do want to draw out there, so I'll play the Pommel Strike. Do I see red? I would only be seeing red to play a Heavy Blade. I mean, I don't want to draw Seeing Red later, so sure. I'm not going to want to draw Seeing Red later because I'm not going to have hands of a, you know, a size that I really want it with because I've already played my Master of Disguise. I do need my disarms now, though, seeing as I've buffed my opponent twice already. 1, 2, 3, 4. A very, very helpful commenter alerted me to the fact that HP bonus doesn't exist as part of your score at the end of a round anymore. So, hell yeah! I'm gonna True Grit a strike out of my deck because I'm going to need my defenses more in the upcoming part. And then those Whirlwinds kill you. There you are. No longer vulnerable, but you do still have the buff. There's some. Limit break. Shrug it off, shrug it off. Disarm again. All right. And now I get extra energy next turn as well as a result of Art of War. Art of War is actually activated for us considerably often. It's kind of overperformed in this deck, I believe. Yeah, 295 damage from a... I mean, that seems like a reasonable amount of damage to do from a heavy blade. To thump, to thump, to thump. We deal 664 damage. We obviously got overkill. That was going to happen. Champion, Speedster, fair enough. Moneymaker, and just 2 bonus from Ascension. You can see there's no HP related bonus because that just doesn't exist anymore. So for the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. That has been Ascension mode level 2 completed with the Ironclad. I've only lost once with him on Ascension mode level 1 because I'm bad. Let's go over to the Silent in the next episode. Do their Ascension mode level 3. Can't wait for that. Hopefully you'll join us then. I did want to mention at this point, if you do like the content I make and you aren't subscribed to the channel at the moment, please do consider subscribing. It allows me to get my content to you easier, and it makes like a nice, knit, kind of tight community, and it's all good and fun. And there's also a Discord. There's a Discord that you can join where I am pretty active in responding to people who comment there, and that's also pretty good. The Discord can be found on the pinned post on my Twitter. Yeah, that's right, I'm going for the hard sell. On my Twitter, twitter.com/RhapsodyPlays. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time, Tomash.